Google might be working on a device that enables real-time Aerotag tracking. If you need help getting around a store, venue, or street, technology is increasingly available to help. GPS-enabled maps and apps send your location so that you can easily navigate. Touchless payment terminals accept cash and fingerprints or PIN numbers, and RFID passes allow for quick access. But Google might be surpassing even current technology with a new device, the Apparatus D21W2, that allows app developers to track customers wherever they are without requiring you to own the other types of brands. Google announced plans for a tracker that can be attached to other brands of smartphones at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona in April. Now the company has made it available as the Apparatus D21W2, an add-on accessory that sends notifications when users walk up to another brand handset. Google will retain some control over these devices by affixing their features such as time, location and contacts. Users will also have access to live stats on take rate and revenue. The apparatus has. What is Google Airtag? Google is rumored to be working on new hardware. They are looking into designing a pocket-sized device that enables real-time Airtag tracking. This device will allow users to authenticate access and make sure they have the correct device while staying connected to the network without phones. The device will use infrared signal, that is similar to beacons. This new device will be an additional beacon pointing at the base station. Currently, Google and others are working with a metric called signal-to-noise ratio and multilateration, in which offline signal triangulation using different sources of information can determine the precise position of a transmitter. Google is also recently partnering with Uber to launch Google Maps Scout application. When users launch the application in Android smartphones. How does Aerotop work? AirTags are small devices that attach to clothing. They can be tracked with a GPS tracker and used in marketing and tracking purposes. The device lasts for an hour and then needs to have its battery replaced. There is a cost of $19.99 on purchase plus yearly charges. How easy is Aerotag to set up? The device was very easy to set up. The user will place it on a heat seeker, which is a black and white personalized band that may be used for future promotional campaigns, such as word-of-mouth marketing or calling and selling other devices, like fitness apps. An AirTag allows consumers to engage them fairly quickly when they access their data and know where your business is. This product can be sold at a discounted price too. How can this be beneficial for the consumer? Google might be preparing to release a device that will enable real-time AirTag tracking. This Google device will be making an easy-to-use mobile app that enables you to grab the devices from their everyday lives to move them from one location to another. For example, placing a tag on a window can allow your friends and family members in your area to see the window in relation to where you are located. The device doesn't actually identify the person, so it is possible for someone else with the same code as your phone to have the same idea of being at that window while you're currently at home or work. In that same way, you would be able to track your child with a tag, and you can also report them to the authorities if something were to happen. While according to their tech page on the product page, they say no data is being kept, there's always exceptions, though you might want to consider trying it out. It sounds more fun than having someone call the police when you're nowhere around unless they think someone with criminal intent is following them. No word on how often. Could be used by law enforcement, could be used to track criminals and terrorists, could allow potential advertisers to cut out intermediaries. One thing that all internet users should know is that Google, whose lead in futuristic technology, is working on a device that will aim to connect all internet users and their devices. This is just one of the many potential inventions out of Google's tech development labs. A device that would be put into your possessions and provide real-time information on one's whereabouts has been invented and tested by Google through an app called Airtag. With this app available for download, law enforcement can now monitor criminal activity or track individuals as they move through cities and towns without buying any equipment or sifting through data. The notion of this tool becoming an anti-spam algorithm has not generally been discussed. This could create opportunity for potential advertisers, something they want to do more than net neutrality, to cut out the intermediary from their ads, which would allow spectacular growth with ad revenue. One upside to Apple Pay is the control one can have over transactions, with transactions occurring invisibly between your phone and your wallet. Along the token Google Wallet has been updated, offering debit cards along with iOS 7 and smaller screen sizes on phones having a higher attack surface. The idea behind being able to pay with an app will likely allow Google Analytics of consumers of sorts without visually seeing the transaction. Right now banks are trying to upgrade their technology as they provide accounts fractions of interest. Image attachments are limited on mobile devices, although the Air interface currently available Wi-Fi has some drawbacks, including the fact that they are inconsistent and bandwidth varying. Some are focusing on the use of fiber, the more reliable way to connect. Google may be considering this route, but have yet to release any concrete information about it. Do you own the smartphone? Do you keep it charged up? Have you checked for updates recently? Let us know in the comments below. Still unclear how Aerotag would work with Android as opposed to website visitors who use desktops. The device is still unclear in what capacity it would perform, especially since the video obtained seemed to show it being used as a shortcut to simplify navigation online. This could come as an inconvenience for consumers that are familiar with smartphones and may find an Aerotag app redundant. Image via C 2015 Black Hat and DEFCON. Conclusion: the article ends with the thought that Google can use its new algorithm to build a device that could give people airtime and put it in their pocket. It has always been the dream of Silicon Valley to fulfill people's dreams, e.g. Google cars. This idea may take some time, but it should be a fun ride. Tagged with Android, Google, I/O, Internet of Things.